more than 2,000 years ago. When the world was ruled by kingdoms and fate was believed to be written by the stars, there existed a land where duty was greater than desire, and honor was valued above life itself. This land was called Aryava. Aryava was not the largest kingdom nor the richest, but it was known for one thing above all else. Its people believed that every human being was born with a purpose. At the heart of Aryava stood a vast battlefield known as Kurath Plain, a place where many wars had been fought, but none as important as the one about to begin. On one side stood the army of King Dharmaketu, a ruler bound by law, tradition, and moral duty. On the other side stood the forces of King Virochan, a man of ambition, power, and unending hunger for control. Between these two armies stood a single chariot. Upon it sat a warrior named Arjunaya. Arjunaya was unmatched in skill. His arrows never missed. His name was spoken with fear by enemies and pride by allies. Yet on that morning, as the sun rose slowly over the battlefield, Arjunaya's hands began to tremble. Before him stood not strangers. Before him stood his teachers, his cousins, men who once held him as a child and men who taught him the meaning of honor. His heart collapsed under the weight of realization. "How can victory be righteous?" he whispered. "If it demands the blood of my own blood?" His bow slipped from his grasp. His breath grew heavy. The warrior who had never known fear was now defeated by doubt. Beside him stood his charioteer, Madhava, a calm and silent presence, whose eyes reflected something far deeper than the battlefield. Madhava spoke gently. "Why does your courage fade, Arjunaya, at the moment when your duty calls you?" Arjunaya turned, his eyes filled with despair. "I see no glory in this war," he said. "I see no victory worth this destruction. Teach me, for my mind is lost." Madhava smiled, not with pride, but with compassion. "You grieve for what must change," he said. "Yet you forget what cannot be destroyed. The body is temporary. The soul is eternal. Weapons do not cut it. Fire does not burn it." Arjunaya listened, his breath slowly steadying. Madhava continued. "You were not born to escape your duty. You were born to perform it without attachment. Act not for reward," Madhava said, "but because action is your nature. The one who walks away from responsibility out of fear does not find peace. The one who stands firm in righteousness, even in sorrow, attains freedom." The battlefield seemed to fade as Arjunaya's mind entered a deeper space. "What of compassion?" Arjunaya asked. "What of love?" Madhava replied. "True compassion is not weakness. True love does not deny truth. To protect justice, sometimes one must stand against even those they love." "Do your duty," Madhava said softly, "and surrender the outcome to the greater order." At that moment, Arjunaya understood. Not all wars are fought for hatred. Not all wars are fought for hatred. Some are fought to restore balance. He lifted his bow once more. His hands no longer trembled. The conch shells of war echoed across Kurath Plain. And as the chariot moved forward, Arjunaya no longer fought for victory nor for loss. He fought because it was right. And thus began a war that would not only decide the fate of kingdoms, but teach humanity a lesson that would echo through thousands of years. That true freedom is not found in escape, but in righteous action without fear.